Debt Collector, A Price Too High, Chapter 1, Drowning in Debt. The envelope sat on the table like a predator, its crimson lettering glowing unnaturally in the dim kitchen light. James Archer stared at it, his fingers twitching with the desire to tear it apart, to banish it from existence. But even as he clenched his fists, he knew it wasn't the paper he feared, it was what it represented. The word "final" scrawled across the top had a weight that pressed down on him like an iron shroud. Across the room, Rebecca leaned against the counter, her arms crossed tightly, her face etched with exhaustion and a faint glimmer of resentment. She hadn't spoken much lately, but the sharpness in her gaze was cutting enough. "Another one?" she asked, her voice low but steady. James nodded, unable to meet her eyes. He pushed the envelope across the table, letting it join the chaotic pile of unopened letters. "It's just a delay, I'll figure it out." Rebecca laughed, a bitter, humorless sound that echoed in the small kitchen. "That's what you said last month, and the month before that." She looked away, biting her lip, as if the words she wanted to say were too cruel to let loose. James bristled. "I'm trying, Rebecca. I'm doing everything I can." "Are you?" she snapped, the dam finally breaking. "Because all I see is us sinking while you keep making promises you can't keep. Do you even have a plan, James? Or are we just waiting for the electricity to shut off and the eviction notice to show up?" Her words cut deeper than he cared to admit. "I'll fix it," he muttered, more to himself than to her. "You've been saying that for a year." Rebecca's voice softened, but it wasn't out of sympathy. It was the kind of softness that came with resignation. "Ethan deserves better than this, so do we." James looked toward the living room, where the faint sound of cartoon music drifted in. Ethan's laughter bubbled up, bright and carefree. For a moment, it was enough to drown out the crushing silence between his parents. James clenched his jaw. "I said I'll fix it." Rebecca didn't respond. She just turned and walked away, leaving him alone with the pile of unopened envelopes and his spiraling thoughts. That night, James sat in his cramped home office, the glow of the computer screen casting long shadows across the walls. He'd been staring at the same spreadsheet for hours, trying to make the numbers balance. No matter how many times he shuffled the figures, the result was always the same. They were drowning. The clock ticked loudly on the wall, its rhythm growing louder and more insistent with each passing second. He rubbed his eyes, exhaustion pulling at him, when the sound of a soft whisper broke the stillness. "Fix it." James froze. He looked around the room, heart pounding, but saw nothing. The air felt